Hey guys, reading time. How is everyone? Happy Tuesday. Alrighty. We're doing a divine masculine reading. I'm hearing afraid the running boots will come back. Mostly from the divine masculine side. I feel like the divine masculine is going over certain actions and they are a little bit in fear that their running boots will activate again. But I kind of feel like that's subconsciously. So it could be that maybe they are going through certain actions and, how they exited the relationship. But that part of that, that running tendency, we'll see what's going on. But yeah, let's get into it. So Divine Masculine Collective, before... and I feel this is for the Divine Masculine Collective, but just to make sure, I want to get these and see what's going on around your energy, just to confirm. All right. What's currently going on in the energy of the Divine Masculine? Wow. Whoa. This is nice. Whoa, wow. Holy, I'm putting all of those there. All right, so we have Paradise, so focusing on happiness, expansion, oneness. This is also about enjoying each other, but joy. We do have the Cassette, the Hammer, and you guys know what I say about this hammer. This usually is kind of like that 50-50 energy, but we'll confirm. Just because like the first thing I saw with that Cassette was the outdated thinking and removing outdated thinking. I do believe that maybe this collective, you are more focused on the rebuilding, and because of this Paradise energy as well. Not so much, it could be that. And also, it could be that maybe you're going over certain sabotage patterns that you've had in the past with different connections, not only with your divine, but just because of how this reading started, I do feel like you are, it's that reflection energy that I was feeling. But we have dates, so clearly you have someone on your mind who you're wanting to take out or wanting to meet and plan or set a date. And there's a reason why I left these three out together. These three out came together. And it was so crazy because literally, like, it was what I was feeling. So we have the Golden Mirror, certain narcissistic tendencies, very self-absorbed kind of energy. But then we have Ascending and Soulmates. So something that was tied to your soul contract as well. This had to happen so that you could see through that illusion. You had to ascend. You had to really... go over those obstacles and just transcend them and go through that expansion before this union. And I'm saying that for a reason, but I feel like this is all together. So from that narcissistic approach, from that self-absorbed vision, you are ascending and completing, I feel like, a very big cycle having to do with your soul contract. We will confirm, but also it could be that also you are reflecting having to do with how, since this person, you've been removing certain negative energy or negative patterns, and how because of this connection you've transcended those obstacles. You found that expansion. You were really learning and you are starting kind of to prepare for that new phase. That's what I'm feeling. So you guys know what I say. I am here to confirm what you're feeling, not tell you how you're feeling. So please do not make these fit. If this is not your outlook, if this is not your energy currently, don't worry. I will have another reading tomorrow, if not a little bit later today. But for the overall of this collective, I am feeling very positive. Even though maybe a little bit of fear comes and trickles in, I do believe that this collective, you're really trying to keep a positive mindset and get out of that negativity. Maybe that was one of your blocks. You would be someone who would overthink. I'm seeing my surrender to not only the outdated thinking, but also surrendering. What was that? Hold on, I'm sorry. My ADHD really kicked in. I had the weirdest dream yesterday. I'll tell you in a moment. Oh my God, that literally just distracted me. You could be going through certain distractions right now, and really having to center yourself again. But as I was saying, I feel this collective, you guys really are transcending the obstacles in your mind, really trying to shut up that mind and control it yourselves. That I was seeing my surrender, not only the outdated thinking, but also surrendering to, you know, the expectation of the outcome, of how this outcome can actually be, and maybe be more in that moment, be more in, you know, the flow is what I'm feeling. Hold on, I want to get your emotions. I want to currently get what emotions this collective is currently sitting on, just to make sure that this is a collective. Emotions is this collective sitting on currently? Beautiful. So even though I know I said it's beautiful, but I did see the guilt card in the bottom, but I do believe it is beautiful anyways. So this is about, you know, learning and understanding that a person or a connection is in your life for a reason, not so much in victim mentality with this, but I do feel like maybe there is a little bit of guilt tied to you, maybe having to do with this certain connection that you are thinking. I'm kind of feeling that date. There's a reason why I said, like, subconsciously you're being activated with, you know, the question of, will my running boots be you know, active again? You know what I mean? So clearly this collective, you know that whenever things got hard with certain person or certain people, you would always tend to, you know, avoid or escape. And I feel like you're feeling that guilt of, why did I do this? Even those, like, and it's so crazy because sometimes whenever I see that energy, and it has to do with how the energy begins when I'm reading, I do see that as a negative emotion. But for this collective, I'm kind of seeing that as that reflection, you know, you're feeling, which means you are, you know, starting to see understanding the other side. You're seeing both sides of the story, you know, how not only how you felt, but how maybe this person felt as well when you got those running boots and put them on. Acceptance. There is acceptance coming over you. So for your actions, it's nice. Get your emotion. Beautiful. This is beautiful. You are trusting, but also it could be, even though I do feel like that is about, you know, accepting your inner voice and letting it guide you, I do feel this as well. Maybe, and it's coming to my mind, maybe you had certain patterns having to do with dishonesty, and maybe, you know, also like, and there's a reason why I say everything. There's a reason why that beginning of that reading I started saying, you know, I feel like you guys are going through that, you know, that acknowledgement and that reflection. Maybe you are going over certain trust issues that this person maybe have towards you because of those running boots, and maybe that's why you're feeling guilty as well. But main thing I'm feeling with this is, not only are you trying to trust in the universe, but also you know that you maybe need to gain this person's trust again. So I'm feeling that, you know, you're wanting to put the dedicated effort, which is very good. I'm seeing my 8 of Pentacles. Oh, but you are a little bit focused on the failure. There's a reason why I said those running boots. You feel like you're reflecting. Let's get one more for that. And that's putting the doubt. The failure of the situation, the failure of this connection, you know, could have, you know, you could have had many cycles with this person where, and I'm staring, and it's so crazy. I'm staring at my dice and I'm seeing number 10 and I'm seeing 6 and 9. And it's so crazy how they're literally put together. I need to grab them and show you because you need to see this. So you see how you can see number 10 here? Hold on. You see how you can see number 10 here, but then you can see the 6 and the 9 right there. And the 69 for me, you know, it's my universal truth is kind of like that number, not only with your duality and the balance of your yin and yang, but also the wheel of fortune. By balancing out, you're turning that wheel into your favor. I'm seeing, you know, completion and wheel of fortune energy. So you could be Wonder World energy right now. Could be trying to focus on gratitude, to really try to get out. It makes sense with that outdated thinking. You're really trying to keep a positive mindset, but these emotions do trickle in. You can't help how you feel, and that's okay. It's learning how to ride that wave, and it's learning how to, you know, change that outlook by, you know, making certain actions. And it's so funny, I'm literally looking at this deck and it's like staring at me this way, and look what it's on the bottom. Like, let go of control issues. Maybe that's something that was a block for you as well. All right, so it's so crazy how I'm literally grabbing everything and I'm like paying attention to everything. So biggest thing I'm feeling with that is, and you know how I say I embody your energy, That's to be able to provide the, I feel this collective, you're really paying attention to the signs and what the universe is providing you through that. So that makes sense. All right, let's get one more. And how the pride got in the way. Literally that golden mirror got in the way. But I do believe like this collective, you're trying to be proud of yourself in this change of what you're having literally trying to love yourself and see yourself in everyone. Alrighty, let's confirm these. Friendship. Wow. So loneliness but peace. I want one more. I just want one for that. But if you're going over loneliness and how this person brings you peace at the same time. Well, okay. Relationships. Friendship. Every relationship in your life, every friendship, every person, every connection is there for a reason. It's there to make you learn. Surrender on the bottom. But this is also about, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So again, it kind of makes sense with what I said with that, you know, the signs and stuff. So clearly you could be getting a lot of signs having to do with this particular person. Guilt. I feel like that's what makes you wonder as well, you know, how successful could have this been if I wasn't so guilty, if I wasn't, you know, so stubborn with that pride, you know, if I wouldn't have just let this be a one-sided relationship, if I wasn't so self-absorbed in my own issues, in my own, you know. And also, I feel this collective, you feel guilty because you know there could have been success here. You know, in your core, in your soul, you know, in your soul, because you're finally seeing it that way. Because I feel like this collective, you're finally having those running boots off, taking them off and burning them. You know, that guilt has to do with this could have been something beautiful. And that's where you're feeling guilty. Trust. Removing it. Removing the worry. Even though it does, maybe also whenever worry does come in, it's this collective, again, that outdated thinking, focusing on your oneness, your playfulness, your happiness, your expansion. You are changing that mind frame and going into trust. Whenever worry comes over you, you just trust. This will happen when it's supposed to happen. This will align when it's supposed to align. Trying to release control. Failure and doubt. Maybe you were a little bit jealous, or there were certain jealousy tendencies that you have. Maybe you felt a little bit intimidated by this person. But let me get one more for that, because this is about also seeing, knowing that you are the same as everybody, but with different challenges. You know, maybe you were in the past someone who, and maybe sometimes even now, but I feel like you stop yourself. You tend to, you know, or you tended to be like, oh, when is it going to happen for me? Why is this happening to me? You know, kind of like that self-victimization energy. One more for envy. I feel like that's what puts the indecision. I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot of heavy energy, even though I feel like, but honesty. Being honest with yourself with this. Why are you indecisive? Why do you have doubt? You know, why is there envy still tied to you? Or why do you always see the other person? Why am I focusing on the failure? What is it that you're needing to be honest with this row, for example? You know, honest with yourself, you know, because honesty, and this says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And I feel like that's mostly this particular collective needs to reflect on a little bit more. Pride. Gratitude. Again, confirmation. This collective, you're trying to be proud of yourself. You're trying to really love yourself and focus. Confirmation with that paradise and that oneness. Even though you are feeling lonely and maybe you're currently going through isolation. I'm seeing my hermit. But yeah, just don't focus too much on the negative emotions. More so see it as a reflection point. Why are these negative emotions appearing? What is it trying to teach me? What part of myself am I needing to heal? mostly that. Overall, like the energy that I'm feeling is, you know, I'm not feeling that overwhelmed. I'm more feeling like maybe you're a little bit trapped in, you know, that Eight of Swords kind of energy. The Imagination card didn't come out, but try to focus on your balance. Try to focus on balancing yourself out, balancing all of these emotions. It's not that they're never going to come back again. It's just that, you know, we learn how to balance them out. We learn how to, you know, we learn how to not let them overwhelm us and stop us from doing what we need to do every day, and put us in that wallowing energy and put us in that, you know, that cocoon energy. You know what I mean? Alrighty, let's confirm these, and then I want to get universally what you're going through, how the universe is seeing you with this SJ Oracle deck. Oh my god, I'm seeing that as inner union, but could be you guys got like a couple of preparing for union cards here, so it could be. But let's confirm these and then let's keep going. Paradise, confirming Paradise. And it's so crazy how literally with your emotion, Paradise was right over the friendship card, the one of everyone is in our life for a reason card. Oh, girl with a snake. This person could be putting certain boundaries, and maybe you're going over that as well. I do feel that's why you are reflecting as well, but I do feel like maybe this collective, you guys are going over how you charmed and used this person with your mask. I want one more for that, but how they enabled it as well. Get one more for girl with a snake. It could be that you have someone tied to your energy like that. Literally as I was saying it. But also I'm seeing that as changing the perception, seeing them in another lens. I want one more. One more. So I'm feeling something different for that, but I want to confirm. Yes. Girl talk. You're wanting to converse clearly with this person. So clearly you're not seeing this person currently as that girl with a snake. You're maybe going over the boundaries that they've set and, you know, the behavior that you had towards this person, confirmation with that friendship. But you're wanting to converse more, you're wanting to live in the moment, you're wanting to move on from that outlook, that perception, those sunglasses, that illusion. Cassette, that maybe you put yourself to be able to protect yourself. Outdated thinking. Literally under cassette, that wedding ring. So confirmation to what I said before, perception having to do with this connection, not only of the failure, but there could be success, that guilt energy. But this is another one having to do with, because of that soul contract, because of what was written in the blueprint that you had before even reincarnating into this world, how because of that soul contract, you're currently, you know, reflecting on that outdated thinking. That's what I'm feeling with that. And the trusting, you know, this will happen when it's supposed to happen. Hammer. Wanting to converse more, rebuilding. Confirmation. This collective, do not make it fit. You could be hovering your phone right now, but you're wanting to work on it. You're wanting to rebuild. You're tired of the repetitive cycles over and over again. You're just done, I feel. Clearly. Rekindling. This is another one about, you know, that union energy, but through this date energy, through wanting to set a date, and again, confirmation to what I said before with that hovering over the phone. I kind of want to see, we'll see in a moment, but Phoenix, new phase. You're wanting to go to a new phase with this energy. You're wanting to transform it. You're wanting to rekindle, grow, and change. Golden Mirror. Have a lot. Endings bringing new beginnings. Confirmation. This pride, this ego needs to end to be able to have this new beginning, you know, aligned with you. That's what I'm feeling. You're, again, transcending the obstacles because of that soul contract. Beautiful. Beautiful. clarity of the mind. Clarity, truth, revelation, force, solidarity, understanding both sides of the situation, power, honor. Very nice. Oh, they own the heart, the key to your heart. Alrighty. Please do not make these fit. I don't know if I should say that for my masculines. I feel like my masculines are more logical. And also, speaking of logical, I feel like the black deck is very logical, and you know, that reorganization of your mind, well, your emotions, you kind of like need to align with what your mind is saying. You know what I mean? All right. Let's get these. I want to currently just see what is going on universally with you guys. What is currently going on universally with you guys? And then I want to get my oracle deck to see what is coming for you guys. Get some universal messages. I feel like this collective, the biggest thing that I'm needing to provide for you guys with clarity is more so, you know, that kind of like help you with the courage is what I'm feeling. But let's see. All right. Universally, what is currently going on universally? Confirmation, soul contract. You are finding inspiration in this person, but also I'm seeing that maybe you're starting to find inspiration with yourself. I cannot stop seeing butterflies. Maybe you're seeing butterflies as well. Oh, you're going through inner child healing. There's a reason why you have so much emotion, negative emotion tied to you right now. You're going through a very big purge. And also the universe, you could, the signs having to do with your inner union. What did I say? Wow. So the universe is giving you signs having to do with your oneness. That's beautiful. So we have healing, and this, you know, what I say about this is kind of like my cosmic healing card. You know, when I see both of those, you know, through that external union, that healing through the connection, but expecting. I do believe that's more expectation. I do not believe you got someone pregnant, but letting go of, and as I'm saying it, but letting go of certain thought patterns, confirmation, expectation. That's what I'm seeing with that. All right, I want one more for inner child healing because I'm kind of seeing my clearing and healing. Oh, so through the separation, going through inner child healing, it was needed. It had to happen so that you can find that unconditional love towards yourself. I want one more. Inner child healing. Universe, how are you seeing this person? Wow, being more empathetic towards yourself. And again, confirmation, the soul contract, soul connection. What is it doing? Helping you with your inner child healing. But also being more compassionate towards yourself. Maybe the universe is really trying to activate your divine feminine side. Again, there's a reason why I said that yin and yang. That 69 energy. I feel the universe is really trying to help you tap into your divine feminine energy, into your stillness, into that trust, into letting go, into not holding on to resentment, into the understanding, the compassion, the nurturing, you know, the empathy towards yourself through this. You know, this had to happen for a reason. You needed to go through that to be able to go through that inner child healing. But currently as well, you could be going through inner child healing. Confirmation to activate your third eye, your intuition, your trust. Confirmation. Do you see that? Alrighty, let's confirm. You inspire me. And this is transforming you. And again, butterfly. Beautiful. So you're transforming through this inspiration. Inner child. So under that inner child healing, the divine feminine, and that separation, incoming communication. I do believe that this collective, through this inner child healing, you are, again, there's a reason why I said reflecting certain aspects of that divine feminine energy or your divine feminine. And there's a reason why I said I am tapping into my divine masculine collective. I do believe that through this healing, you are getting these kind of like these magnetic pulls to contact this person. You guys did get talking, and you did get the rekindling card. So I do believe like it's really in your energy right now. But another butterfly, you could be seeing 555 a lot. Another butterfly, and you could be seeing a lot of butterflies. Inner union, from the ghosted, from those running boots. How you ghosted yourself as well is what I'm feeling. How you neglected yourself. One more. Yeah, oh my God. Wow, how you neglected yourself. And finally, I'm seeing, and Archangel Raphael hasn't come out in a while in my collectives. Michael, I love Archangel Michael. He is the remover of the obstacles that no longer serve you and no longer align with you and only hold you back. And he was also the remover of obstacles that anything that is supposed to align with us. But through this removal, reincarnation, you guys know what I say about that. You guys know what I would say about that. And it's so funny how literally from ghosting to removing this energy and reincarnating into that inner union, into that inner love through the signs. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is very nice. Oh, I love Archangel Michael. That could be one of your angels, actually. But cleansing and clearing out, yes. So confirming healing, friends, you could be really focused on, again, it's that talking, that living in the moment, you know, focusing on having fun, being with your friends, being with friends that actually heal you, being with soul family. I always, when I see this sometimes, and more if it's under the healing energy, I see that as that 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, that soul family. But also that emotions card, you know, understanding that everyone is here for a reason in our lives. One more. It's helping you with forgiveness, forgiving yourself. And it makes sense with that, you know, divine feminine activation within you, you know, being more empathetic towards yourself, forgiving yourself and not being so hard on yourself and just understanding that you are healing. Could have been a third-party interference. Expectation. I'm seeing my, I don't just say a track card. So the expectation activates because of the depth of emotion for this person, clearly. But whenever you're in depth of emotion, that's when, you know, that expectation really activates. And that's when, you know, I feel those negative thoughts and those negative energies really overwhelm you. Let's get one last one. You're removing your wounded masculine energy. The anger, the impulse, the jealousy. We got it with the guilt. And I put that over that healing and forgiveness. You guys know, always, you see how you're healing it out. You're healing it out. Don't be hard on yourself. You're going through an explosion of emotion because it's helping you heal. That's universally, by the way. But so I wanna get my shadow deck, but also I wanna quickly with tarot see what is currently going on around you in the 3D. You know, what lessons you could be getting. What I don't know why I'm seeing my 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm seeing maybe a little bit of family feud or having to do with family, but I would just want to confirm, you know, what's currently going on with your energy, just to tie a little bit more why the universe is activating certain parts. All right. Currently going on with this collective. What's currently going on in your 3D with this collective? So they're preparing you. You're in awakening right now. For a start. Wow. They're activating your divine masculine strength. But this is established, action-oriented. There's a reason why you're being activated with your feminine energy as well. Maybe you have kind of like that masculine, and you did get that wounded masculine one, but now it's like because you've been healing that, you're in, you know, divine masculine energy. But focusing on your stability through your divine masculine strength and action. Could be very decisive right now with certain aspects of your life. So maybe that's why this connection is kind of like derailing you, because you're still in indecision or you're still with doubts, which means this collective, you could have gone through, you know, a very painful separation. You know, even though you had those running boots, it doesn't mean that you didn't feel. New moon. So there could be something happening in the next month or the next new moon, but there's a change of direction because of your divine masculine strength and direction. But setting your intentions, you're about to begin a new cycle. Don't give up. You're germinating. Beautiful. All right, let's get a couple more for your top row, and then we'll get your shadow. Wow, that literally flew. Four of Wands in reverse. So there could be a lack of support having to do with a confirmation. I was seeing family problems. So there could be certain family issues that you're having to do, maybe because Four of Wands is that 20 card. It's, you know, that union, that lover returns, but could be certain discords having to do with family, having to do with this connection as well. And again, there's a reason why I said that this collective, just because you had your running moves, it didn't mean that you weren't hurt when the separation occurred, or when this person started to put up those boundaries, or, you know, kind of like gave you that silent treatment. I'm seeing that for a reason. I feel like maybe your family could be kind of like in that unwelcoming energy. Maybe you've been speaking to your parents, or you've been speaking to siblings or friends about this, and maybe because in the past you could have, you know, slandered this person. And usually when we are in a hurt energy, when we are in a wounded energy, we tend to, you know, subconsciously, it's not even consciously, we tend to really, you know, try to really put ourselves in our favor with a relationship, and we tend to not really take accountability of certain actions that we took. And I feel like this collective, because you're in that taking accountability of the actions that you took and what you did in the relationship and what you didn't do in the relationship, and because you didn't speak about it with your family, maybe they are currently in kind of like that unwelcoming energy. Oh my God, time for confirmation. Ace of Cups in reverse. This is about time for reflection. So self-love, taking care of yourself, tuning into your intuition. Beautiful, beautiful. So the reason why I say everything, world energy. But there's a lack of completion. This collective, you are currently going over the lack of completion and how stagnant this was and how disappointing everything was, and, you know, how maybe certain choices kind of like let you in disappointment instead of choosing what you wanted to choose. But remember, you're in divine masculine energy. Do not doubt your actions. Do not doubt your, you know, do not doubt what you're doing currently. Yes, reflect, but don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. You're currently in Emperor energy. Emperor is the divine masculine of this 3D. So in the 3D, whatever you say, you put it into action. So if you say that you are not going to be held back by outdated thinking, don't be held back by outdated thinking. If you're going to say that you are going to put more dedication towards yourself, put more dedication towards yourself. There's a reason why I'm saying this. Don't be hard on yourself. And also there's a reason why the universe is really wanting to activate you through your divine feminine energy. They're wanting to balance you out. All right, hold on. Let me get, before confirming, your shadow. Well, I'm seeing parts of your shadow being illuminated and healing them out. Oh, parts of your shadow being illuminated to heal them out. Shame and guilt. But having compassion towards yourself and acceptance, you cannot change what you did in the past. You can only change what you do from here on with that divine masculine energy. But literally, that kind of like embodies that divine masculine, divine feminine, needing that oneness, that, you know, integration. Having compassion towards yourself and accepting what you cannot change, and putting that dedicated effort and that dedicated action as a divine masculine energy, while embodying that divine feminine energy with the compassion, to never do that again, to never do anything that will put shame and guilt into your soul. Beautiful. All right, let's get two more. I kid you not. I cannot make these up, guys. Inner balance. You're going through wholeness and duality. You're going through activation of wholeness and duality. You are no longer resisting. You're wanting to accept that transformation. You're riding the storm. Beautiful. Confirmation to what I said with those emotion cards as well. Whenever you do feel overwhelmed with this emotion, whenever you do feel overwhelmed with that negativity, you're trying to, you know, change that mind frame, change that outlook of that, and that perception of, okay, yes, I'm feeling this, but what is it trying to teach me? That's beautiful. Purging, purifying, and refining. Ah, love it. Very nice. Last one. You're facing your inner demons. Divine dark night of the soul is what I'm hearing. But you're transforming and you're integrating. And I literally put that over that balance. Stop it. Magic. Magic. Literally put that over that balance which is about that wholeness and that duality. An integration with your duality. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very, very good. Putting in the dedicated effort. Yes. All right. Let's confirm these. I'm very, very optimistic about this awakening. I'm seeing that the vernal equinox, it's from the dark to light. You're going through an awakening. Giving you the first start. Let's confirm. Wow. So getting out of the darkness, what did I say? There's a reason why I say everything. 9 of Swords. Regret, emotional baggage, past life trauma to heal, confirmation with that inner child healing as well. But guilt, intense feelings, certain unresolved issues, that's what you're currently going through with your emotion as well. That awakening of what you're needing to heal, confirmation. To be able to manifest your dreams, to be able to be in that, you know, even though this isn't that magician, this is, wands for me is kind of like a little bit of that magician energy, you know, that fire. You could be a fire sign. We have the Emperor, which is a fire sign as well. But, you know, by manifesting, and this is creating big developments. You need to go through the pain to be able to transcend that obstacle and see it through the other side. Why did I go through that pain? And you guys could be currently, like, I'm feeling it right here and like right here. So this is the heart chakra and a little bit of that solar is what I'm feeling. So maybe there's a reason why that divine masculine is activated there. You know, that Emperor energy, that willpower. I'm seeing the following your heart, but progress, leveling up. Could be traveling. But this awakening is helping you create big developments in your life right now. Divine masculine energy, Emperor. This is currently what's going on with you. Please do not make these fit. I believe I don't need to say that with you guys, but just, all right, let's get Emperor. Wow. So before you were ruled by materialism, by greed, possessiveness, ungrounded energy, jealousy, stubbornness, becoming that divine masculine energy. And King of Coins, it's in reverse, but King of Coins, which means that this collective, you can embody this energy. You can become this. You just need to turn that wheel into your favor. And I do believe that you did by becoming this Emperor energy. You know, whatever is having to do, maybe you're feeling emotions having to do with greed or possessiveness. It's kind of like that envy energy. It's seeing it in the other way and not being envious, you know, seeing that, you know, you are the same as everyone else, but with different challenges. Take your power back. Be that Emperor that you are. I want one more for that. Yes, confirmation. A lot of fire here, guys, but engagements. Going for it, action-oriented, decisiveness, you know, a new passion for love and life. And I'm seeing that life one really is sticking out for me. There's an ignition with this collective, with your divine masculine strength. Very nice. New moon. You have 2 about manifesting dreams and desires. Out of that imbalance energy. And also, don't overcommit yourself. You're coming out of the poor choices. You're coming out of that scattered energy. Coming out of that overwhelmness. I want one more, because I feel like that's what you're getting out of. Yes! Oh, hold on. So I know I said yes because I saw the Empress and I was like, oh my God, yes, tapping into your divine feminine energy. But it's literally what I said before, what the universe is trying to activate you into doing, tapping into your divine feminine energy. Currently, you're in Empress in reverse. So currently, there is a little bit of insecurity that is actually putting this imbalance within yourself and putting this imbalance before you even start this new cycle. But this overwhelming feeling is making you pay attention to your body. It's, seeing where you are being dependent with, maybe with that loneliness, that having that feeling, that need to have a companion at all times. What are you neglecting? Confirmation to what I said, that is putting imbalance in your energy. I feel like that has to do with that inner balance, that you're needing. You're neglecting your compassionate side towards yourself to be able to start this new cycle. That's what I'm seeing with that. You could feel very creatively blocked right now, and maybe that's why, pentacle wise, because Two of Coins is that pentacle, is that earth wise, whatever has to do with your balance with work and fun. I feel like there's kind of like, you could be really in that kind of 9-to-5 energy job. And really that is kind of like keeping you scattered and really overwhelming you as well. And it makes sense if you are needing to start a new cycle, if you are being asked or, being pushed to start this new cycle as well through this divine masculine strength in your decision making. And there's a reason why I said that. Maybe you are having certain thoughts of maybe changing your job, or maybe you're having certain thoughts of what you're wanting to do apart from this other job, something that will actually emotionally fulfill you as well. But biggest thing I'm feeling with this Two of Coins in reverse and this Empress in reverse, this is what the universe is really trying to get you to balance out yourself, your divine feminine energy, to be able to balance out that, that mind and heart energy. And that will actually, by removing that, by actually being in your Empress, Empress upright, that is going to actually create that new cycle for you as well. You can't open a new door with an old key, is basically what I'm saying. So thought pattern wise, taking care of yourself wise, paying attention to your body when you're overwhelmed, understanding your body is the biggest sign. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it clearly means the universe, that's your highest self saying, do not approach this. If you are feeling, serene and you're just feeling okay with it, in the sense of you kind of like whenever you make a decision, you just go and do it. That's clearly because you had to do that. But if you're having to maybe send a text message and you're hovering over your phone and you're waiting to see when the right time is, and it's overwhelming you're starting to feel a little bit of that pain in the chest, and you're not really sure if you want to, and it's putting a little bit of indecisiveness, that's your highest self saying, do not do this. This will only make your trauma worse and not for the better. It won't help you heal. It's actually you needing to let go of that control. Literally, love yourself first. Oh my God, I love that. All right, let's get one more for that Two of Coins and that Empress. Whoa, what was that? Was that the Wheel of Fortune? I feel like it was a wheel. Hold on. Oh my God, okay, I thought it was a Wheel of... So over this Two of Coins in reverse and this Empress in reverse, Page of Coins. This is good. You're starting your page journey, having to do with laying a foundation, setting new goals to be able to manifest your desires. There's a reason why I said that, having to do with the jobs. So study of magic, maybe. This is about good news as well, but I do believe that this collective, you finally kind of like turn these two around and actually, in this new cycle that you're about to have, really embody that Empress. We'll see with the future in tarot, but I do feel like this collective, you will kind of like embody this Empress and that Emperor and balance yourselves out. It's so funny how literally these came out together. Like, If you wanted a sign, there's that sign of what I said before. But faithful, having faith and trust. Four of Wands reverse. This is family feud. Following your heart. There's a reason why I said that. So, proposal. Psychic abilities. But you're following your heart. Certain invitation. And how funny that literally that Four of Wands is kind of like that wedding energy. I want one more. I want to see what are you following your heart with. Just to get a little bit more. Because this is about the family problems that I spoke about. Oh my God! Following your heart having to do with the Two of Cups. Seeing my Hierophant. Thinking for yourself. Companion, mutual feelings, new partner, agreement, in sync. It could be, you know, that it will create family problems, or maybe this is current. So clearly confirmation to what I said before, this collective, you're really trying to, maybe you have spoken. So literally what I said before, confirmation of this collective, you're speaking to friends and family about this, and there's certain unwelcoming energy with them. It's creating certain family problems with you and your family because of these decisions you're wanting to make, having to do with following your heart, having to do with this agreement and in sync energy, this love exchange. But because in the past, clearly, again, there's that Queen of Swords in reverse. You were a little bit of a Queen of Swords yourself. You know, you were a little bit harsh with this person, having to do with certain things that you said about this person to your family. You had a clouded vision with this. So you were, again, what I said before, you were kind of like making yourself look a little bit better than what actually happened, instead of taking accountability for your actions. Could have been very critical, and, you know, very pessimistic, having to do with, you know, the connection. Confirmation. Wow. This is current. And the time for reflection, that Ace of Cups, mind over matter, King of Swords. He is very logical. And there's a reason why I said with that Blackjack, this collective, you're being very logical. You're trying to be very truthful and wise. There could be certain legal matters as well that you could be going through, but you're trying to do it by the book. You're trying to, I'm seeing you're trying to kind of like become this Hierophant energy. You're trying to really be in that knowing right from wrong energy, leading through that right from wrong, trying to be precise. Maybe you really are trying to be a little bit more detached, having to do with your emotions, and not let yourself lead with emotion, but be more, you know, again, truthful, like logical with it, you know. Seeing, again, both sides of the story is what I'm hearing. So with your emotions, you're reflecting when in your mind, you're being truthful with yourself. You're being honest and being truthful with what actually happened. Being honest with what actually happened in this connection, you know, and taking accountability is what I'm seeing. My King of Swords is he's very loyal. He's very logic, but he's very truthful. And I feel he's very fair. So again, I feel like that's that confirmation with that Ace of Cups and that King of Swords. It's literally that balance with your mind and your heart and your emotions. Cups is the emotions. All right. But in about 6 months, finding your inner truth, catalyst for change, transformation, a cosmic trigger, and beginnings. Or it could have been, oh my God, and the Devil sign, shadow self being illuminated. Whatever is having to do with restrictions. Could be getting like a lot of, you know, sexual needs. That's what I'm seeing. That's because the Devil is about sexuality as well. But going over, you know, things that have a grip on you. Very nice. Very nice. And confirmation with that black deck for sure. I just wanted to get a little bit more into detail of what is currently going on with you guys. But wow. Alrighty. I want to get these and see currently. I don't know if I want to get how you're feeling towards your person. I kind of want to get just you guys, I think. Yeah, I kind of want to get just you guys and maybe do a little bit of that, but I don't know. We'll see. I want to first get universally what is going on. Not what is going on. We already saw what's going on universally, but I want to see what the universe is preparing you for. What the universe is preparing up there for this beautiful collective. is about the separation, but independence, thriving in your independence. That's what the universe is wanting to get you. And literally, that's about isolation. And I said for this collective, I do feel like it's the reason why the universe is activating the isolation with you, that spiritual isolation, because they're trying to get you to, you know, go over that loneliness energy through the emotions. Remember what I say, biggest compass is our body, you know, what we're feeling, and see it more as independence. Change that outlook. Got the Celtic knot. This is legendary. Divine union. Wow. Unconditional love, eternal love, infinity, endurance, love of a lifetime. Oh, that's why they're putting you in crossroads right now, trying to make you choose. Weigh the options and decide with your free will. An opportunity, and another one having to do with independence. Oh my God, you got my Swans card. You got the Twin Flame card. Oh my God. Choosing wisely with your divine masculine strength. Shut up. Love is blooming, the one. Deep soul connections. I got like a, you know. Wow. I don't know what I want to grab. I kind of feel, ay, ay, ay. Okay, hold on. I want to grab these. Hold on. The universe asking of you right now. Speak up. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. Ask for help. And believe. Oh my God. There's a reason why I wanted to grab another deck. This collective, there's something having to do with your trust and your communication skills. This is absolutely beautiful. If the universe is preparing you for something very beautiful with your divine. You got the Celtic knot, the Swans, and the Man. Whatever you were at a crossroads with, where you had multiple choices, where you had to weigh your options, there's a decision coming, and it's all of what is happening right now is creating that strength and that empathy towards yourself to be able to make this decision consciously. There's a reason why I said that running boots is subconscious. So it's putting fear within yourself. That's your shadow. Believe. Biggest thing, believe. Believe. You're being asked to fully believe in yourself and your dreams. It's time for that idea that's lived inside your heart to be brought into, I'm going to cry, brought into the world so others can benefit from it. Believe that you can bring it to life, and you will do exactly that. And ask for help. You're being asked to request help from another. You don't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you, but it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength, and to reach out. Do that today. And surrender on the bottom. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. This is wow. I just want one card to confirm this. I don't even need to confirm that. It's a wish come true. Manifesting your desires and your dreams. Stop it. 16th of the... Literally, wishes do come true. Peace, miracle dreams, feeling blessed, hopeful, falling in love, nighttime, inspiration, and providence. You could really love the stars, or you could see this person as a star. They could be an Aquarius. Whenever I see this, I kind of see an Aquarius, because Aquarius is a star in tarot. Wow, this is over all of this. Certain memories could be igniting right now, having to do with this, as well as kind of like putting that belief in yourself. But clever problem solver, or new event or happening. So it could be something that divine timing is what I'm hearing. Divine timing. You could really love the crow, but also it's activating magical powers within you. I was seeing the magician with that. party, maybe an event, a date, playing the field. Wow, that was insane. You guys got the twin flame and the Celtic knot. Wow. All right, let's confirm that. Universal message. And then, oh my God, you're going through a major breakthrough. Confirmation. 29. And before I said 6, you're evolving into your own complexity. 2 and duality. Number 2. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was number 3. That's expansion. Well, I said number 2 for a reason, but expansion having to do with your sight. Focusing on your self-love. 11. I saw 2, but I saw the duality. Kundalini. Another, but that serpent, that awakening again with that tarot, that Kundalini. It's activating, you know, this inner conflict resolution. Because you've been letting go and bearing what no longer serves you. Why am I saying, because this is 369, and the first thing that came to my mind was this 369 manifestation method. Maybe you did do that. Oh my God, you're attracting through magnetism through gratitude and destiny path. You're attracting your destiny path right now. Wow. And you guys did get gratitude. You're transforming. Phoenix period. You're phoenixing. Beautiful. See beyond the path. And you got another swan. You guys, you know what I say about the swan. The swan is the twin flame animal for me. But seeing beyond the past, your past, you can transform. Changing that. Nourish your shadow. And that is the, if I'm not mistaken, that's the witch moon. So again, in the magical powers. 33, divine feminine energy. Keep trying. Keep working on it. This is beautiful, guys. Your universe is really wanting to grant you beautiful things. So they're wanting to make you put in the work, is what I'm feeling. Alrighty. Hold on. So... Okay, let's just tap into, I'm going to get dice and let's just tap. I want to get how far ahead the universe wants us to tap into for this collective and see with tarot what they're wanting, what you're about to come across is what I'm feeling. But I also want to get while the universe is, you know, what's going to happen in that time frame. I want to get spirit animals that are going to be following you around. And what energy you're needing to embody from them. Okay, how far ahead do I tap into for this collective? Universe, source. 6 comes out. Oh, 9. I was going to say 6 comes out, we're getting weeks. If not, we're getting days. But I'm feeling maybe this is something more than just a couple of days. But I am kind of feeling the days. Okay, next 9 days. Next 9 days. Next 9 days for this collective. What is happening in the next 9 days? Universal message. The High Priestess comes out. I'm not supposed to tap into it. But we're going to get these first. And then we'll get tarot. Next 9 days for this collective universal message. What is happening in the next... Oh my God, you got a victory. But oh my God, we have so many here. Victory. Recognition. Whoa. Way too many. Oh, hold on. Okay, so 3130. That could be. All right. You got a lot going on in the next 9 days. 9 days to 6 weeks, I'm going to say. All right. So we do have a victory moment. We do have, you know, a recognition moment. I do believe that that victory moment is kind of like a little bit of that the red threads, or that manifestation, you know, being granted to keep you in that belief as well. But there's something that you're having to adjust and rethink certain priorities with. This is about a course disruption. Whatever has to do with you moving away from your path, there is going to be a lesson having to do with that, is what I'm feeling. This detour. That could be a setback or an external force, but an obstacle. I'm feeling that is kind of like a decision that you're going to have to make. But we do have this teacup. There are certain... something about your comfort. I feel this collective, and it kind of ties into that course disruption, because it's about containing one's emotions, but putting a little bit of you time, reflecting maybe. And also, if you are going through divine masculine strength and being empathetic and in stillness with your divine feminine as well, I do believe that this course disruption, or this delay, or this, you know, having to rethink certain priorities have to do with maybe you reflecting on certain things that still contain your emotion, is what I'm feeling. We have the Maverick. This is about the rule breaker. So where you're in King of Swords and being, you know, doing it by the book, I do feel like there are going to be moments of that your shadow is going to be illuminated, having to do with certain impulses, but because you're gonna be feel fearless, rebel, you're gonna feel bold, but don't be illuminated. But this is also about risk taker. I feel like the biggest thing is with this detour, it depends on the choice that you make. Depends on the choice that you make, is what I'm feeling, having to do with how you embody this Maverick energy. If you're going to embody it as that rule breaker or that independence, are you going to embody it as that, you know, that rebel, or, you know, that defiance, or are you going to embody it as, you know, that risk taker or that loose cannon? You know what I mean? Because then we have the birds. And this is 12 of the 7th, could be an important date. And I was going to say 33 of the 8th, and that doesn't exist. My God, my brain. But there's a moment where there's going to be communication, a debate, a discussion. You're going to feel a little bit nervous, but you're making contact is what I'm hearing. Texting or calling someone, it says. And then we have the helm. So you're steering clean by taking control. By taking control in freedom is what I'm feeling. But there's a self-determination, and we have confirming that the key. So literally problem solving through this determination. You know, having the solution through this freedom. There's a wisdom also. You could find a key, but unlocking certain things. Having clarity, openness, and intelligence. All right. Let's see what spirit animal will be following you around in this next upcoming 9 days to 6 weeks. Stability and calmness. Keep yourself centered is what I'm hearing that with that. But the rhino, focus on your stability. But I'm seeing that more with that course disruption. You know, don't let it overwhelm you, and make a decision on impulse. Don't set yourself back. Learn the lesson. Kindness and compassion towards yourself. Don't be hard on yourself if you do feel like there are certain delays as well. You know, there's a reason why I said before, this collective, the universe is really trying to activate that divine feminine energy within you, so you can have that compassion towards yourself. You can have that, you know, that inner yin and yang energy. But butterfly, another butterfly, change and freedom. I feel like you're in that little cocoon about to, you know, come outside and spread your wings. Very nice. Alrighty then. All right, let's get tarot. Next 9 days to 6 weeks. 9 days to 6 weeks. This collective universal message. What is happening? It's good. First one, upright, laying a foundation. So you're setting your goals. I feel like that's having to do with that victory moment. Kind of like that ambition coming over you is like not a turn on, but feeling victorious because you're finally, you know, dedicated. And having faith in what you're doing. Oh, wow. You have Ace of Coins, a new beginning. Abundance, meeting someone new or a new energy. Flourishing, an offer. Emotional stability, King of Cups. Oh my God, Empress. Stop it. Yes, you are tapping into your Empress. You're tapping into your divine feminine. Beautiful. So where this collective now, you're currently going through your divine masculine strength. Now that like in the next 9 days to 6 weeks, you're really going to tap into your divine feminine energy. Final chapter, 10 of Swords, dead end, breakdown, the divorce, rock bottom, the failure. You can only from the bottom go up. That's what I'm seeing. End of a cycle. End of a very painful cycle. Oh, but there it is. And I said it for a reason. Don't be impatient. Don't be impatient. It'll only put you into an unclear path, that detour. Don't be impatient and don't be impulsive. You know, it's going to freeze you with indecision, is what I'm hearing. There's a reason why I said that. You're in temperance in reverse in the next 9 days to 6 weeks. An imbalanced energy. That maverick energy is what I was feeling. There's a reason why I said that. But self-indulge. I want one more for this temperance. Yes, keeping it all and disconnected, you know, don't suppress your intuition. Let go of that control. Don't suppress your intuition because maybe you're getting certain missing information, or because you're in isolation and you're kept a little bit in the dark. Do not suppress your intuition. You're going to be in High Priestess in reverse. You're trying to perfect the balance. So by perfecting the balance, you need to be in tune with your intuition, with that divine feminine energy. By nurturing and taking care of yourself. Don't focus on the pain. Don't focus on the pain. Let go of the pain. Reflect on it, but let go of it. All right, let's confirm this Page of Wands. Page of Coins, I mean. So again, in confirmation, this is what's currently happening right now. So do not make it fit. There's a reason why I said something having to do with your job or your pen. But there's a new passion igniting within you having to do with your pentacle path and that creative spark. There's a reason why you're needing to rethink priorities with this detour energy. I feel like this collective, maybe you feel like it's going to be a setback into this connection, but there is a beautiful offer on the way. Ace of Coins, I want to see what this Ace of Coins is. I have a lot of aces, a lot of new beginnings. Oh. So there could be an offer coming in the next few days having to do with your awakening, having to do with a fresh start, having to do with pentacles or grounding something. Shifting your energy, having to do with changing it, adapting, conquering your self-doubt, doing it differently, making amends, certain amends. Maybe you have a certain conversation. Oh my God, you got 4 of Wands up right now. This is 9 days to 6 weeks. Community support, united, lovers return. The universe is wanting you to activate with your pentacle path first so you could be in stability in that sense, and then everything else will unfold naturally is what I'm feeling. King of Cups. And it's so crazy how this King of Cups, you know, for me, King of Cups, yes, he's emotional mastery, but he's very emotional mastery with, you know, surface level emotions. And it kind of makes sense with that teacup, containing one's emotions. I'm feeling that with that containing the depth of emotion, you know, even though you are very self-aware, they're very self-aware and diplomatic and psychic and very kind-hearted and understanding. They can tend to be a little bit, you know, not superficial, but they don't really get into that much depth of emotion unless they are very, you know, unless they have the security that they won't be. I'm seeing, this is my universal truth, but I do believe King of Cups is very, he doesn't like to be judged if he does get into depth of emotion. He doesn't like to be, you know, put in the category of weak. That's how I see that King of Cups. And my candle literally did like that, so I'm taking that as a sign. But let's get confirmed King of Cups. I feel like that's going to be you a little bit, but you need to be in Queen of Cups, balancing out. You need to be emotionally connected, not emotional mastery, so that you know how to, you know, act with certain feelings. You need to balance it out. And you guys got the pairing, side note. But emotionally connect, being in the flow, releasing control as well. But very intuitive. So you have two about being very intuitive. So clearly confirmation to what I said before. Do not be impulsive. You're very intuitive. You're going to be very intuitive in that moment. And more so with that Empress energy. You have a lot of divine feminine energy in this next 9 weeks to 9 weeks. 9 days to 6 weeks. A lot of divine feminine energy. A lot having to do with compassion, a lot having to do with deep emotions, a lot having to do with nurturing yourself and being connected with the flow, being in stillness. Do not be impulsive. That is a great pairing. Instead of being in, I loved that. That is a great pairing. And it's so funny because literally containing one's emotions and then comfort and calming energy. You time, taking care of yourself in a loving way. All right, let's confirm this Empress. Magician, establishing, this could be actually your Empress energy, but this person as well, but establishing a clear vision, having to do, and oh my God, you have the Eight of Wands in reverse underneath. And I feel like that has to do with that impulsivity. So this is about certain lacking focus. Don't lose your focus. Yes, this person is here. Yes, this person is going to be brought to your table to maybe have some clear communication and maybe, you know, have the conversation that maybe you've been avoiding for a very long time. But do not be impulsive is what I'm hearing with that. Take time to align. There's still certain energy blocks that you need to work through, having to do with your Pentacle path and your decision making and your Empress energy before this will be realigned. There's a reason why I'm saying that, but establishing a clear vision, thoughts becoming things, inception point. There's a reason why I said Magician for this collective. I do believe that with your stillness, with your divine feminine energy, I don't chase, I attract. There's a clear and established plan taking place right now with your thoughts and that inception point that whatever you think comes into fruition. Oh, I'm seeing a robin. Maybe you like robins. Don't make it fit. Why did I say don't make it fit? Why did I say don't make it fit? That came to my mind. I put a little bit of confusion in myself right now. Okay, that's what I want to do. I wanted to confirm one more with this Magician and this Empress. I do believe this is kind of like a wish come true that it's going to happen, but you need to not. Yes, time for reflection. Follow your intuition. Do not be impulsive. Yes, you have to reflect on this. Stillness. Ace of Cups. It's not that the emotion isn't there. It's just that it's not the right time yet. It's time for you to focus on your self-love, for you to take care of yourself, for you to really tune into your intuition and just let this happen when it's supposed to happen. I don't chase, I attract energy. Empress. Do not make it fit. You're getting a test of faith. Are you going to be impulsive or are you going to trust that whenever this is supposed to align, it'll align again? Trust. Temperance and High Priestess in reverse. Only fools rush in. Confirmation. Do not rush in. Don't rush in. Don't rush in. You're going to feel also, it could be that maybe through this imbalance, you're going to feel a little bit disconnected. So you're going to want to rush in with this. Don't rush in. Because it's just it's that impulse, literally impulsive and reckless right there. I feel like that's where that maverick comes from. And I feel like that's where that detour comes from. So I feel like that detour is kind of like illuminating the teacup and that maverick. So are you going to contain your emotions and, just focus on comfort? And then because control is your comfort, be a maverick and just be reckless and impulsive and just not follow the flow of life or the flow of your journey? Or are you going to detour this and remove the obstacles and rethink your priorities, working on your job, working on yourself, your inner union before approaching this Empress, this divine feminine energy, so that there could be a clear communication instead of an impulsive communication and loose cannon energy, and actually take a risk and say when you're actually steering clear and you are in control in the right way because you're following your intuition with the control. You're not, following your mind with the control. You're not following your ego and your pride, something that you did before. Remember, you're learning from the past. You are, instead of with impulsivity, you would be leading with solutions, with intelligence, with insight, with clarity, not with clouded vision and clouded judgment. I want one more for this High Priestess, Temperance, and this Fool energy, because I do believe that this collective, you will be able to see it the way that I'm trying to, portray it, that I'm trying to really take it, put it for you guys so that you can get this. You know what I mean? I love. But I do believe that there needs to be certain things externally in our life that have to do just with us, balanced before that love, that beautiful love connection comes in, and you guys don't end up losing yourselves in each other again, but, complement each other's. One more for this High Priestess, Temperance, and Fool energy, please. One more. Wow, what is that? Oh, Page of Cups. Not really liking that. That is, although the I feel like that's what puts you in that disconnected mode, your imagination. One more. Next 9 days to 6 weeks. One more, Spirit, please. Literally like this it fell. So it's insane. Clearly the universe is saying, what choice are you going to make? Are you going to self-entrap yourself? Are you going to consume yourself? Are you going to be consumed by your negative thoughts, that doom and gloom, that drama queen energy, that hindsight, the paralyzed in fear and the crisis? Or are you going to turn into the solutions? Or are you going to release those limiting beliefs, have that mental strength, believe, really take back your power, set yourself free, and conquer your self-doubt? That's literally why you're going to feel disconnected. You're going to feel impatience. You're going to feel the discord. You're going to feel imbalanced. You're going to feel like you're restless, right? It's a test of faith, confirmation. And I'm putting this up right for a reason. I believe this collective, you're going to be put in two options. That's the detour. Are you going to believe your mind, or are you going to believe your intuition? That's what I'm feeling with that. Are you going to believe the negative thoughts, or are you going to believe that with trust? You have a very, very big lesson having to do with your mental strength, clearly having to do with this person. There's a reason why that High Priestess, that Temperance, and that Fool came out in the reverse. This collective, your biggest block is impulsive, having control. It was literally this card. Literally. Let go of control. And you needing to love yourself first and believe in yourself. Literally. You're going to have a beauty. This is a lesson of a lifetime is what I'm feeling. You're going to feel so many emotions, but there's a reason why you're in emotional mastery, and there's this compassion. There's a reason why the universe is trying to activate this compassion, this nurturing self, this divine feminine energy within yourself, this empathy towards yourself, so that you don't fall into that self-entrapment of the mind, so that you do have compassion towards yourself and you believe in your magic, so that you do sit in that Empress stillness and not be impulsive and want to just trust in yourself. I am putting this, even though I put this upright, because I do believe that this collective, you guys, I'm sorry, reverse, because I do believe this collective, you have the strength, divine masculine strength, to be able to be assertive and, you know, really decisive, and strength within your voice and yourself, believing in yourself, because following your intuition is literally believing in yourself. Following your mind, the 3D aspect, that little computer, is not, because you keep on going. The mind will only take you to places that it has already known before. Your intuition will take you places where it's the unknown, where you need to trust in your internal instincts. I believe this collective, you do release those negative thoughts, but I am going to put this literally like this and like this, because it is a decision that you have to make for yourself. It is an emotion you have to go through, this uncomfortable. There's a reason why that comfort is being illuminated as well. Are you going to keep yourself in that comfort, or are you going to get yourself out of that comfort zone? This is beautiful. It's a transition. It is beautiful. It is amazing. And there's that Page of Cups again. Maybe that's the outlook that you need to start to have, you know, kind of like that. I do see Page of Cups as that, you know, child confirmation. Look at this. So we have 4 of Coins in reverse. Less is more, releasing what no longer serves you, and deep emotional cleanse, about 3 months of subconscious part revealed. We did get 6 weeks. How many is 6 weeks? That's not 3 months, but, you know, a new emotional cycle, seeing clearly, endings having to do with your emotional cycle. I believe this. There's a reason why that trust came out when I got those emotion cards. The trust has to do with yourself, not only with this person and, you know, the trust that you need to rebuild with this person, but you're needing to rebuild trust with yourself, trusting in yourself, your intuition. The reason why I'm saying that. But as I said, for the 50th time, this is beautiful energy. Do not let this slip away. Be in your strength. That's all, folks. Release those negative beliefs. Believe in yourself and in your journey. Believe that the universe will always have your back also. The universe will never align you to anything that is going to affect your trauma into getting even worse. It's actually going to align you into lessons that is going to help you with your trauma and heal that trauma. Let's confirm that. All right, let's confirm that full reading. There's a reason why I didn't even want to get into that love part. There's a reason I just wanted to focus on you guys. That's what you guys are needing to do. The universe is wanting you to focus on you. That was beautiful. Maybe my collective, yesterday I had the strangest collective. Like I felt like it was, and I'm getting that pain again. So maybe I feel like the divine feminists are going through a couple of things right now. But hold on, let me finish. I'm not being able to get anything because I'm still speaking. Hold on. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Stop it. Full moon in Capricorn. Oh my God. I believe that. What was that? You are good enough. I'm putting that down. You are good enough. Believe in yourself. Full moon in Virgo. A lot of maybe you guys could have maybe earth elements in your moon signs. But you are good enough. Grounding your emotions. And also the moon is the intuition, so, and that divine feminine energy. So grounding your emotions and following your intuition. Oh, have faith in your dreams. Sign. My God. Accept responsibility. The end of a tough cycle approaches. accept help. Speak about your vulnerabilities. Speak about your emotions. Maybe go to therapy if you need to. Came to my mind. See, my King of Cups would not go to therapy because he feels he's an emotional mastery. But no, he's an emotional mastery having to do with, you know, the superficial emotions, not the depth of emotion, not those core wounds. You know what I mean? You are good enough synchronicities. So again, confirmation, the music, and the... You guys saw that, right? You guys can see how many cards are here. It's the music and that inner union. The signs having to do with you, your inner union. Sign magic. You are good enough. Have faith in your dreams. Stay in integrity. Stay in that King of Swords, in that doing it by the book. Doing it by, you know, your own rules as well. Following your intuition, not your mind. Your mind is the one who puts the rules sometimes. You need to... And confirmation with that law of attraction. Release negative thoughts. Positive thinking attracts positivity. Alrighty. Let us get you. I want to get you guys quickly some of these. I like to get these for my collectives who need a little bit of a... That, you know what I mean? Let's get a couple of these for this collective. You know, what is the universe wanting you to repeat to yourself? Just get 3. All right. Activating your creativity, that Ace of Wands. I allow the creative part of my soul to shine through into the world. Gratitude, focusing on gratitude, what you do have. It helps with releasing that loneliness, what you don't have. I'm grateful, and this loving energy fills every cell of my being. And clarity. Clarity comes from the intuition, not from the mind. I have clarity in all aspects of my life. Focus on joy. Focus on that happiness. Gratitude fell out. So maybe focus on a little bit more on gratitude. Alrighty. Let's get Charmies. Whoa. Okay, that was enough, I feel, for this collective. Okay, so we have the rose quartz, and this is a self-love stone. Usually people say, oh, rose quartz is really good for the fine love, and it's no. I feel like this rose quartz is good to find your inner love, your inner union, and that's what's currently going on with this collective. Your crown, divine feminine energy. Be the crown, you are the crown, wear the crown. Star energy, your wishes are about to come true. Aquarius as well. Music, signs through music. You could really, you know, love to dance on your own. Dancing with myself. I'm hearing that song. You could really like that. But dance it out. And maybe when you're dancing, you're getting certain, you know, signs having to do with your path and your inner union. All right, so we have initials Y, K, W, and P. These can be important. This person has the key to your heart and you theirs. Just trust. You're going through world's energy, a completion. Complete that cycle. End that cycle so you can have that new beginning. And you have the abundance stone, you have selenite and citrine. Citrine is that abundance stone, and it's also that divine masculine stone, the sunstone. It's the willpower. It's that oh my god, what chakra is that? Solar plex chakra. Focus on the abundance, focus on, you know, gratitude, and focus on your strength with this, and the enlightenment, new beginnings, selenite. This is my new beginning stone. You're about to go a very beautiful new beginning by focusing on your enlightenment, by focusing on your intuition, and by just letting your intuition lead you through this journey. And kisses, hugs and kisses. Maybe, you know, giving yourself affection. You know what I mean? But let's get dice. Important dates, birthdays, etc. All right. So 11, 10 by itself, completion. So we have 876. What's it called? The from high to low numbers. I can't remember how it's called, but you know, like, but yeah, 876. We have the 4th of the 10th, 10th of the 4th. 137 angel number could be important. 13th of the 7th, 13th of the 1st, 13th of the 4th, 13th of the 10th, 13th of the 6th, 13th of the 8th, 6th of the 8th, 8th of the 6th, 8th of the 7th, 7th of the 8th, 6th of the 7th, 7th of the 6th, 7th of the 10th, 7th of the 4th, 40 by itself. Wow, no, again. All right. So we have 321. 5 4. You guys got 876 and we have 5 4 3 2 1 here. Wow. 16th of the 2nd, 16th of the 1st, important dates, birthdays, this person's birthday, your birthday, people that maybe you spoke about this person's birthday, you know, events that maybe happened with this person, you know, certain pivotal moments and dates of when something, you know, critical or something that had to do with your growth happened with this person as well. Your job, you know, also 27th of the 5th could be an important upcoming date. 3rd of the 5th, 23rd of the 5th, 4th of the 5th, 16th of the 5th, 1st of the 5th, 13th of the 5th, 12th of the 5th, 7th of the 5th, and 2nd of the 5th. Tomorrow is the 7th, right? I think tomorrow is the 7th. But yeah, angel numbers you might be seeing or need to look up. You know, angel numbers go to the thousands. It's not only just 11 11 222 111. No, 137 137. Look it up and see if it aligns with the reading I just provided for you. You know, it helps with that discernment as well. But 9, you could be seeing a lot of 999, ending of cycle. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed doing it. Thank you guys. Like, I was literally about to come in with just an intuitive reading because I wasn't getting that many messages anymore. I'm feeling a little bit disconnected sometimes as well, but you know, there's a reason for everything. Just, you know, keep focusing on yourself. You're about to come into something very beautiful. Just focus on that. Focus on the journey and enjoying the journey. Just don't focus just on the end stop. That's not part of the journey. The journey is, you know, enjoying the journey, you know, because once you go to the end stop, what's next? No, that's not what part of the journey is. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will try to post another reading later today, but if not, I will post another reading tomorrow. I will post 2 readings tomorrow. I just have a couple of things I need to do today. So yeah, I love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow, if anything. Mwah! Love you. Bye.